Okay, so I filmed this like a whole thing, and then the camera battery died, and then I thought about what I did, and then I was like, none of this makes sense. Why is this relevant to what I'm trying to convey? So I like charged the battery, I ate lunch, and now I have reevaluated and I have a plan. So I wanted to talk about how I first got into got7, my journey with them, and just kind of talk about what I want to do with this channel. So I first got into got7 when I first got into K-pop. Like, I think the first K-pop thing I ever had seen was a show that Kai from EXO was on. And it was like one of those channels that they like upload the variety shows, but like they're not supposed to do that because of copyright and stuff, so it has the weird border and they're like unofficial, they're just like fan channels. But that same channel had a lot of stuff from Jackson because I think this was 2016, like the like probably February, March-ish time. So it was like just after the Mad Christmas, and Jackson was still in a lot of variety shows, like he still is now, but it was like, you know, a lot more in Korea. And so I first found out about got7 in that way, and then I looked them up. And like I downward spiral. I watched all the real got7 episodes.
이 만든 라면은 다 같이 sorry.
Like a ton of interviews.
Mine.
Show them.
I listened to all their music. I think the first song that I ever listened to from got7 was If You Do. Because that was the most recent comeback, and like I just fell in love with them right away, and it was kind of funny because the last type of music that I listened to before was emo music. Like I still love Pierce the Veil, just not like as much, but like I think I love The Jump and like just the whole community like of like K-pop and specifically the like ahgasaes. Like it just, I don't know, it's very like homey and very welcoming, which I love. And music has always been like a sort of escape for me, I guess. Like that sounds so like cliche and so overused, but it's like always been the place where I'm comfortable and I'm with people that I'm not afraid of, I guess, for lack of better words. And so the first comeback that I was ever with, that's not it either, that I ever followed, that I was a part of, was Flight Log Departure. And I followed Fly like pretty closely, and then my freshman year of high school started. Hard Carry came out and all of the shows, and like in those times I think that's probably when I was the most active in the fandom because I had more free time, and I went to the Fly tour and the Turbulence fan meet actually, because they usually always come to Chicago, which is where I live. And just because I had the time, I was only a freshman, my like workload wasn't too intense, I was able to go and I was able to be like super involved. And then Never Ever came out, and like Never Ever, like I just have such strong emotional ties to that comeback. I don't really know why. Just like the song, like when I hear it, I think about like the spring of my freshman year and like being on the lacrosse team and just like, I don't know, because I didn't really get along with my lacrosse team. Like no, I don't have any classes with any of them, I'm not really friends with any of them. So just like listening to got7 like on the bus rides to games and stuff, it would kind of make me feel like better. And they didn't have any concerts until recently, but 7 for 7 I also followed really closely, not as closely as I think I did Never Ever, in terms of like watching all the teasers and watching all the interviews, and watching like, because I still haven't gone through like the 3-minute whatever it is, like the 3-minute backstage things where they're like backstage and it's just like, you know, got7 on crack, like Yukyum's like doing his dumb like show me the money raps and like
사적인 시간 엄마가 말했잖아. 알약 2봉지가 내 인생을 말해. 알약 2봉지가 내 인생을 말해.
And like that one video, oh, it's like a meme now. It's like where like JB's talking and he's like holding, Yukyum's in the back holding a cup and he's like yeah, I still haven't watched through all those, and I still haven't watched through all the JJ Project stuff, which I also followed. that music. Oh, okay, the verse. Backtrack a little. Verse 2, amazing, so underrated. I listened to that album when I was on a road trip to visit my grandparents in Florida, and so, you know, it's obviously a long ride, and just like the music, it was just like so fitting for like the scenery, because we were like with a ton of trees, and I was going into my sophomore year, which I knew was going to be really hard, and the whole song is about like not really knowing where you want to go, what direction. But yeah, just like I love the album. So sophomore year was really hard for me, like academically, like it was just so jam-packed. I was constantly stressed, and so I didn't have as much time to like follow got7 in that. So I feel like behind. But by the second semester, which is when they started teasing Eyes on You, I like kind of, to be honest, I was kind of like, okay, I'm not doing well, no way I can recover, so I'm just gonna focus on what I want to focus on. So I like did a little bit better in like math, and I did spend a lot more time with got7. And Eyes on You came out, and oh my god, like I still am not over how amazing they did. Still not over how good they are at songwriting. Like, they haven't even been allowed to write for that long, but it's still so good. Like, I'm so proud of JB, and I love Yugyeom songs. Like, JB and Yugyeom are like, they write my style of music. Like, I really like R&B, hip-hop. Like, I love Youngjae's songs too, like, and he's an amazing singer, but sometimes, you know, ballads aren't really my style. But like, Youngjae's singing though, like, and Victim of Love, like, so good. And recently, so I said that I went to Fly and the Turbulence. I drove out to Toronto with my family to go to the Eyes on You tour because they didn't come to Chicago for some reason this year, and I was like so upset, but we just made it into a whole trip, and almost exactly a week ago that I saw them, and like I'm still not over it. Like, Jinyoung's English is so good, like they all look really good, but then Yugyeom felt, okay, wait, I should save this, like I'll talk about this sometime else, but you know, they're like touring North America, and they toured Europe. I'm so proud of them. They did so well. Like, they sold out in Europe. Like, they're doing so good. I just wish that like JYP Entertainment, not like necessarily like Park Jin Young, like should promote got7 better, because like there's so many reasons. Those were like kind of brief and kind of messy intro of like my got7 timeline, and so right now, like, stalking their other concerts, because they still have New York left at the time that I'm filming this, and then I think that's their last US city, and then they have like other cities, and yeah, like I said earlier, like I have been such a fan of got7 for almost 3 years now. Like, pull out this stuff, so I'll just talk about it. I have bought the fan club membership opportunity I could, which was like, the first one was like the Fly era, and then I bought one last year, which was like the Never Ever era, and then I just bought one for this year. And like, I don't know, it's hard to justify it. Like, I just do it because like I really want to, and it's like my money, like, back off. But it's not actually that much, because obviously the membership itself is only $20. It's just like the EMS shipping to America is $40, which is ridiculous. Like, but I mean that it's guaranteed, because like in my experience of buying these K-pop albums, I just get like standard shipping, which is still like $15, but it's like not necessarily guaranteed it's gonna arrive. So yeah, obviously like JYP doesn't want to like sell stuff that the fans might never get. Like, that's kind of wrong. But yeah, so I'm in like fan club, and I've been involved on like Tumblr and stuff and Twitter, follow a ton of fan accounts, and just like they're my life, and I'm not like that ashamed to admit it, especially like to other K-pop people. Like, people that don't really know K-pop, it's kind of like awkward to be like, yeah, I like these 7 Asian guys. That's, yeah, I don't know, it's just really awkward in that situation, but like among other K-pop people, I'll always be like, I only like got7. Like, back off, leave me alone. If we're not talking about got7, you can leave. And I don't know, I don't really know what exactly first drew me to them or why I like connected so strongly to them, like instead of like another group or something, but like I don't regret anything and I'm proud to be a fan of them. I love them so much and I care so much about them. I'm so emotionally invested in like everything that happens. I want them to be healthy, to be happy, and I want them to be proud of themselves. Be brief about it, like I have struggled with depression in the past, but like music has always like helped me through that, and like playing instruments and like just like connecting with these artists has always like meant a lot to me. And I think like I've never really felt as close to an artist as I do with got7, and maybe that's just like a K-pop thing in general, but just all of them, I feel like I know them so well, even though I obviously don't. Like, I live in America, I'm only 16, almost. They're like way older, they live across the world, but I still feel like I know them personally. And yeah, and so I just wanted to make this channel to express my love for them, because I've always wanted to do YouTube, and I always have wanted to like have an outlet to like express my love for them, so like I just combined it, and like I have no shame, because I'm pretty sure the only other people that would like even be interested in this kind of stuff would be other ahgasaes. So yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to do with this channel. But yeah, and so I really am looking forward to sharing my love for got7, instead of just cooping it up, because I don't really know anyone that wants to talk about it. And yeah, I don't know, the internet's a place for things like that, so I don't know.